part of the Press Play Podcast Network.
Hey. It's the Ball Card Show, the sports podcast.
For the Sports Collector.
I'm Jason Otero.
And I'm Gary LeMaster.
And as always, we are brought to you by the Press Play Podcast Network.
That's fact.
How you doing, Gary?
I'm good. I'm actually was a little nervous about the episode this week because Tuesday morning I woke up. I felt perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Had no voice. Like, none. And yesterday...
Did your wife have a little pep in her step?
Slightly better, but it wasn't much better. But today
Let's
it's
circle
back to normal.
How long did you not have a voice?
36 hours.
Okay. And anything you ate? Yelling at a TV? Any allergies?
No, it was just weird. Like, I felt fine. I mean, I've been eating a lot. Cheetos came out with this can like Pringles, but they're little like cheese balls.
You ate all of them?
I've eaten a lot of them in
there
the last
could
couple
be a
weeks.
chemical in that. It's probably not intended for entire consumption.
Here's what happens. I sit down.
Wait, are you talking about the plastic tubs?
No. It's like a Pringles can.
You know what I'm talking about?
I do. Yes, I do. These are different because they're like the texture of Cheetos, but they're in ball form, right? And so my move, because I don't like getting my fingers dirty.
I'm just waiting for this to have anything to do with you losing your voice, but go ahead.
Nothing, but now I'm excited about the Cheetos in the can, right? So I'll sit down.
Is it the old school logo, like the blue and yellow?
No, it's just like an orange can with Chester the Cheetah on it.
Oh, lame.
It's called Cheetos Minis.
There is a cheese ball that is Frito-Lay brand.
Yes, but it's not really a cheese ball. It's more like a cheese puff in ball form. This is like a Cheeto, but in ball form. Same texture. Okay? It's very different. So my move, and this isn't sponsored, by the way, but hey, Frito-Lay, hook us up.
Heck yeah, I loved your Flamin' Hot Cheetos movie. My daughter and I watched it and ate Flamin' Hot Cheetos.
I just love Flamin' Hot Cheetos. So my move is I will sit down at the end of the night once the dogs are all taken care of. Krista goes to bed. I sit down in my recliner. I fire up the Xbox. I put MLB The Show on. I crack a can of those, and I just drink them out of the can while I'm playing.
How large
MLB
is
The
this
Show.
can?
It's a Pringles can.
Okay.
It's like a Pringles can. And
You drink a full one?
oh, yeah, while I'm playing MLB The Show? Absolutely.
What does your shirt look like at the end of the...
Nothing. It's all perfect.
I don't believe
I don't
that.
care.
That is
There's no crumbs of any
physically
kind.
impossible.
It is not.
It's
because
physically...
It's not.
How wide open is your gullet as you're dumping it in?
You've seen the size of my head
Do
and my
you
mouth.
stare at the ceiling?
Yes, absolutely.
So you commit... I could set this controller down, reach my hand in here and grab a Cheeto ball. However... If I tilt my head back as if I'm floundering in water to stay alive,
100%.
You know, that's you know what? I respect
It
the
keeps
hustle.
the cheese off my fingers and off my controller.
Yeah.
And
I've also seen you eat and lose half of your bite on your clothes, so I'm astonished.
Well, the nice thing with this is because it's ball form, I can get 4 to 5 balls in my mouth at once, right? Cheese balls. And then you're just... Jason's dying over here, guys. I didn't realize how that was going to sound.
Sometimes
until it came out of my face.
Good that I can't even do anything with it. Continue.
Yeah, so one can will last me
4 to 5 Cheeto balls.
Yeah, and one can will last me probably 45 minutes worth of gameplay.
Let's have an honest conversation about your gum lining after this. It's
not
destroyed.
It's the roof of my mouth. It's like Captain Crunch.
Oh, the film.
Yeah, well, and you get that it's kind of rough, like sandpaper. Yeah. So yeah, the roof of your mouth is pretty destroyed at the end of this, but your tongue is super happy.
You know what always bugged me? Ruffles potato chips. Well, they like give you like the Joker. Let's put a smile on it. It just
I don't like Ruffles. Not a fan.
Do you like French onion dip?
Yeah, but I don't like crinkly. I don't
you
like
would spoon cut French onion dip in a heartbeat.
I would eat it with a spoon.
Hey, y'all.
I'll use French onion dip instead of sour cream sometimes.
I know
like
there's
on a taco.
I know there's a lot of you that haven't seen us in person.
We look exactly like you think based on our eating.
We look exactly like we sound right now.
Nobody listening to this has any illusions that we're some kind of like svelte, good-looking guys.
Yeah. Also, I'm just going to throw this out. Crumble Cookies lineup is absurd this week, and I'm ordering it tonight.
What's going on? Because Krista sent me...
They finally bit the bullet, and they put a Rice Krispie treat cookie.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Because last week there was the...
I'll have 6 of those.
There was the lemon one
The lemon stuff's good.
Oh, I'm a big fan of the
oh
lemon.
my gosh, Crumble cookie. If you would sponsor, just pay us in cookies.
Yes, we'll just take cookies.
Crumble Cash is what it's called. Just put it on the app. I mean, I'll do it for $10 a week.
Yeah, that's an order of cookies.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
I like
Your
it
wife will order like
delivered.
20
I might
of
want to
them.
do a 6. That's a good point. We would like them delivered every Thursday night, and we'll enjoy them to fuel our bellies.
Rice Krispie treat cookie, huh?
I mean, it's really just a Rice Krispie treat in the shape of a cookie.
Is
but
it like sea salt too?
I haven't had it yet.
Because a sea salt on Rice Krispie treats,
Yeah.
it's
You always got to go a step too far with your snacks.
not though. It's perfect. Sweet, salty?
I don't like salt on watermelon. I think that's
I don't like
crime.
salt on watermelon either, but it's good on apples.
Who does that?
Me.
Why?
Do you not put cheese on your apple pie either?
What?
A slice of American cheese melted on top of your apple pie?
American cheese?
Yes. 100%.
You are trash.
It's delicious.
Cousin Eddie's
It's
cousin.
delicious. You called me Cousin Eddie's cousin.
Yeah, you're the guy that shows up at Cousin Eddie's house.
And he rolling his eyes like,
Hey,
who is this guy?
Hey, if you're wondering, this apple pie is good, Clark.
A little bit of cheese
Put
on
some
top.
of that yeller on there. Oh my gosh.
Some of that yellow.
Remember that? The Vegas one? I'll have some of the green and some of the yeller. And don't you go cheap on me. You never seen the Vegas one?
I have, but I don't remember that line.
They go to a buffet that's like $4 and it's just like it's just warmers filled with goo. Like a purple one, a green goo, a yellow. And it's an all you can eat and he says don't go cheap on me. Not that
that's
you and I
awesome.
have never crushed a few beers on the golf course and then destroyed Golden Corral.
Factual, although that's still not as good as going to the golf course and crushing a few beers and then going to Olive Garden and our buddy ordering the full appetizer platter for himself and you eating the entire appetizer platter before he could blink and him going, what happened to all the appetizers? And you were like, about that.
It's the only time I've ever been in a restroom and I went to the bathroom for stomach pain, but there was no relief. Just pain.
Because you ate 73 cheese sticks.
Well, I'm not going to lie. I was dying. You guys had this game called Finish a Beer Before a Trash Can on a golf course.
If you have a beer open, it has to be completed by the time you get to a trash can or you got to chug it off or you're a bitch. Those are your options.
Well, next time.
It's only a problem if you play that game when you're golfing by yourself.
As long as there's other people around.
It's not a
okay.
problem. It's just a competition at that point.
I don't think that's how that works.
It's just a competition at that
Oh my
point.
gosh. We do not encourage binge drinking or binge eating,
Oh, okay.
but we're capable of modeling both for you.
Yeah, it's fair.
Yeah.
100%. Anyhow, nothing to do with sports or sports cards, but that was fun.
You are welcome, listeners at home or wherever you're listening right now.
Yeah.
We have a lot of witty banter because I'm just going to shoot you straight. This is the deadest season.
It is rough right now.
This is the deadest season for the hobby. And unless you want to hear us break down baseball every week, it's a little bit of a challenge.
You're going to get a lot of banner.
You're going to get a lot of witty banter, a lot of laughs, and a lot of stories. And I think that's okay. It's okay.
I'd rather break down baseball, but I think that you're probably right. The vast majority of our listeners just don't care as much as I do about baseball.
No, they're not hanging on every word. But let's talk sports for a second, if you don't mind, and we can get back to Olive Garden.
Let's
or,
talk sports.
Cheese balls or five balls in your mouth or I almost made a joke that would get us in trouble. Let's move on to the highlight of my weekend sports.
What?
I added an accent. I was feeling European because I'm going to talk about Nikola Jokic.
Yeah. Nuggets
He was the
win.
highlight of the finals. Not him winning. Yes, big shot, baller, getting the job done. He's unbelievable. Everybody knows this. I have never felt more connected to him than whenever he found out he had a parade in a couple days and he just went, no, I want to go home.
I just go home. I need to go home.
That accent is nowhere close.
I feel like it is. That was a great one. And then the
You know,
other,
if you don't feel like it's offensive, I've heard it's actually not.
Agreed.
Yeah.
I don't think Jokic would be offended by that.
You're probably right.
Okay. I don't think he's offended by anything.
No. there were so many great moments.
He was like, I need to race my horse.
Yeah. And then I visualized him riding a horse and his feet dragging on the ground.
And the
Like
horse-
he can also run while he's on top of the horse.
And the horse looking like one of those just like cartoon nags where the back is just all swayed out.
Or he has a Clydesdale. He's like, I'm always in last, but I always wanted to race horses. Yeah. So that was awesome. I also loved the champagne celebration. If you didn't see that, listeners, it was hilarious. He walks into the media room. There's a bottle of champagne on the table. He walks up to it, not sure what to do. Clearly, we know you're supposed to just spray the champagne around the room. He takes a sip of it, sets it on the table, and starts walking off. He looked around, saw they were spraying the bottle. He sprayed it once, set it down, and then walked off.
Yeah, just walked off. He did not want to be there. He
Celebrating's fine. But here's what I really love. You were telling me a story in the press conference. There's always a narrative where, you know, it's already dramatic enough. It's the finals, but there's always a need to try to make something bigger or find a stat. And so somebody tried to throw a softball up at him to make him sound elite. And I thought the way he handled this was great.
Oh, it was. The reporter's like, the line that you put up tonight, it was after game 3 or game 4. The line that you put up tonight's only been done by, you're the 4th person to ever do it, joining like LeBron and Tim Duncan and Michael Jordan. And Jokic legitimately looks at the person like they're an idiot. Like, picture Nikola Jokic looking at you like you're stupid. Mm-hmm. And he goes,
you can keep the accent. I don't think
I can do it without the accent.
It's not like salt and pepper on this meal.
He goes, 23,
Oh God, he's doing it.
12, 4. I mean, that's not that. Like, he's about to say it's not that good. Mm-hmm. And he just looks at the guy again and he goes, it's not, I don't know. Like, I don't know what to say about this.
You know, you sound like.
It's okay, I guess.
I figured out who you sound like.
Who do I sound like?
Borat.
Well, I mean,
you sound like
same part of the
country. Oh
country.
my God.
Same part of the world.
Just throw it in the same continent?
Yeah. Eastern Europe.
I guess North Americans are fairly similar.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
They are?
Just don't count Mexico. That's Central America. Canadians and Americans?
Central America is part of North America.
Kind of. But
it's a continent, yes.
It's its own separate area, though.
Yeah.
Called Central
America.
America.
It's a region. It's not a continent.
No. But Eastern Europe is not a continent either. It's a part of a continent. And it has its own, like, dialects and...
Scotland and the island of Sicily. Same continent.
Yes, but not considered the same region of the continent. Eastern Europe. I didn't say Europeans in general. I said Eastern
This
Europeans.
is falling apart.
Well, you're the one that made it a thing.
Well, you're the one that wanted to talk like very nice. Yeah.
It's
I'm the king of the castle. King of the castle.
Anyhow, Jokic was super entertaining off the court during the finals.
Yeah,
That's
it was
the
a lot
point.
of fun and awesome for the city of Denver to have that.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
And I think it cements Jokic legitimately as a top 20 big.
Yeah,
of
for
all
sure.
time.
Yep.
He was the best player on the court for 3 rounds of basketball.
He seemed bored.
Yeah, I think he is.
But I think he's just like, I did my job.
Well, that's very much how he looks at it. And he's even said, like, when people ask him about his passion or this or that, he's like, this is just my job. He literally said, I think most people don't like their job. Like, he said that.
You know what else most people don't get? However many millions of dollars you're getting. But
the thing is for somebody who basketball is obviously not the most important thing in their life, imagine what that dude would be if it was the most important thing in his life.
Yeah.
Imagine if that dude took Kobe Bryant's approach to basketball or Michael Jordan's approach to basketball.
So here's an interesting question. Does a big with that mentality, so would he shorten the length of his career playing that way?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Absolutely he would.
Yeah.
But boy, it'd be like a supernova.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's not like he's super touchable right now.
Yeah. It'd be a 5-year window of just like, holy crap.
Yeah. What's happening here?
But he very much is like, there's lots of other things in my life that are way more important than this. Like getting home and not going to this stupid parade.
Like, I have a horse.
I have a horse I need to go take care of.
I bought a horse. It was real expensive. It was a late night. I was online. I just got a bonus. Wanted to buy a horse. It's been in the stable all season.
Yeah.
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 It's funny.
Have you picked up anything cool in the last week?
Have I picked up anything cool in the last week? I did. I just keep buying these same lots, but I got a better deal on some of them. Nothing PC, nothing big, but just really stocking up on the $1 and $2 stuff. Mostly inventory. I looked at a collection tonight. Somebody owns. They personally collected it. It's all 70s baseball, a little bit of 60s, tiny bit of 50s. Really hoping that deal moves forward. It would just be a really cool collection to add. But this guy's like, I don't know what to expect. I don't know how fair your price is. I got to ask a few people. I don't know you that well.
Yeah.
And I wasn't just going to keep going up and up and up in price and lose my butt on,
absolutely not.
1,000 commons. So
no, I mean, and like you told him, that stuff will sell, but it'll take time, and it's going to sell for 50 cents to $1 a piece. And if you got to sit on them for 3 years to move them all, that's opportunity cost.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, nothing super exciting. You're holding a stack of cards. You did really, really well on these.
I've had a really good week and a half in general. Last Saturday, I went to Xenia and did a lot of buying, picked up a lot of nice stuff, and then I've had a really good run of luck on Facebook this week too. Picked up a really nice Ellie De La Cruz, not Ellie De La Cruz, O'Neill Cruz, first Bowman purple. PSA 9 Bowman Chrome. Picked up a nice Spencer Steer lot. Listen, don't sleep on Spencer Steer, guys. And I'm not saying that just because I picked up some stuff of his that I'm going to be trying to sell. The dude was rookie of the month. He's hitting 280. He's got 12 jacks. He's going to probably end the year at 25 to 30 jacks. He's going to hit 280 to 290. He's going to be right there. I bet he's a top four or five rookie of the year finisher.
Yeah.
I mean, right now it's probably Corbin Carroll's to lose. James Outman has fallen off of a cliff after that hot start. Corbin Carroll's so much fun to watch. I don't know if you've watched him at all, but he is just fun to watch play baseball.
Yeah.
Do you remember you were probably in high school, so you probably do. You remember when Nomar Garcia-Parra was at his peak?
Yeah.
And how much fun it was to watch him play.
Really fast pace, explosive.
That's how Corbin Carroll is.
Even defensively watching him is just
and that's how Corbin
fun.
Carroll is.
Yeah.
Like, he's fast.
He'll lay out on every
He hits
play.
jacks. He lays out. He hits 300. He's got some swag to him. And that Diamondbacks team, you and I talked about it before the season. Like I said, they were going to have a good year, and they are they're above 500, which a lot of people didn't think they would be. Yeah. And they've got some guys that are really playing ball, and they've got some guys coming too. So yeah, good times.
You know who else is playing some baseball is them Reds.
They're trying. They can't. Their pitching is just so bad that, but the bats are keeping them in things.
1 game out of 500.
Yeah.
So
there were 3 games back in the wild card. 3 games back in the wild card. 4 games out of first.
I don't know where the pitching will magically appear from, but
they need to trade Marte for an arm. But if you want to get a proven major league arm, you're going to have to pay him, and that's the problem. The Reds don't want to pay anybody. They want to build a team that's not arbitration eligible and have a 3-year window. Which, I mean, they've got enough guys coming. Yep. Andrew Abbott got called up and has looked fantastic. And as somebody who was not a big Andrew Abbott believer, I did not believe what I saw from him in Double-A. I put it down to those tacked balls they're using, and then he went to Triple-A and continued. Yep. And now at the major league level, he's continuing. I guess I'm on the Andrew Abbott bandwagon now.
Yep. Oh, I got to see Votto. He's doing all right.
Yep.
He had a home run in Columbus last week.
In the bandbox, he's got no legs. What are they going to do with him when they bring him back?
I don't know. How many
you got to
years
bring
are left?
Strand up.
How much time does he have left on that contract?
I don't know how many years are left on the contract, but his legs don't have 3 days left in them.
He jogged around the bases just fine when he hit it over center field.
Well, center field in Columbus is like 365.
Well, he hit it far. My point is,
it's a bandbox.
I
love the guy. He's one of my favorite players ever. I just don't know what they do with him.
Yeah.
Encarnacion Strand should be in the majors right now.
Yeah.
And people will. Well, baseball people won't laugh at me when I say this, but just casual people will. He's a better bat, all-around bat, than Ellie. He's not a better all-around baseball player.
Right.
Ellie has value in the field. Encarnacion Strand has zero value in the field.
Did you see his infield hit last week?
Ellie? Yeah, he's a freak. He's got
That
three. He's
speed
got
is
three
nuts.
80 grade tools.
Yeah.
80 grade arm, 80 grade power, 80 grade speed.
Yeah.
80 grade in game power. He's a freak.
Well, and that's just what's going to carry him through. You know, he's had I wouldn't call it a slump. He's a week into this mess, right? But he struggled a little bit more, but just his athleticism is going to make up for a whole lot of that. What he's able to do,
and he'll figure out what major league pitchers are trying to do to him.
Yep.
People that don't know baseball get on bandwagons fast and jump off of them fast.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, if you don't really understand baseball, chill out. Don't go buy cards. Just relax and enjoy what you're seeing.
Yep.
But Encarnacion Strand's a better all-around bat. Spencer Steer's a really good bat and okay in the field. Kevin Newman is awful. Matt McLean's going to stick it short. They're playing Elliott third. Encarnacion Strand or Steer has to be the DH, and the other one should be the first baseman. So it's got to be Steer at first. Votto's not as good of a bat anymore as any of those guys.
Yeah.
So what do you do with him? Like platoon him? Like platoon him at DH, I guess? I don't know.
Yeah.
Bat him against righties?
When he signed that contract, it was for an absurd length.
It was like a 10-year, $260 million deal.
And then they also piggybacked that with Brandon Phillips getting like $80 million, which Phillips was kind of on the tail end of his career, and that was a pretty big contract at that time. They just really locked themselves in. I did not understand that move, but it was nice to see him hit a home run.
Yeah,
nice to
for
see him
sure.
moving. He doesn't seem to be in pain. I mean, what, it was a torn bicep and shoulder issue.
Yeah. I just don't want him to play his way out of the Hall of Fame. And that's what's going to happen if because here's the problem. If his career average dips under 300, now he's borderline. If it dips under 290, he's not getting in.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't have the other counting stats. He's got nice stats, but that career average over 300 is what pushes him over the top.
Yeah.
And if he has another bad year or two,
He's flirting with it.
yeah, and then you're Andrew Jones.
Yeah.
And that would be sad as a Reds
Yeah.
fan.
Yeah, I agree. Just a reminder, all of you, if you're in the listening area, it's stupid to say on a podcast, but we are in Columbus. Gary and I both will be set up on Saturday, the 17th, at the South High Card Show in Columbus.
Southway American Legion.
Yes. We'll be out there. What is it, from like 9 to 2?
The show's 10 to 3, but people start showing up about 8:30.
Yep. I'll probably be there till, I get bored.
Yeah, I always stay till the end. Almost every show, other dealers will start packing up an hour and a half or two early because things slow down. I always stay till the end because there's always a few people that come in at 2 o'clock thinking the show's going till 3. And if you're one of only 3 dealers left,
They're buying something.
they're buying stuff from
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
Like, it's just,
Yep.
yeah.
Well, it's an interesting theory. I might bring my Nintendo Switch and find something to do as it dies down. But we'll be out there. We'd love to see you there. Also, we've appreciated just the interaction on Facebook. We've been seeing a lot more of that.
Yep.
If you have questions, we had one last week from a listener taking a look at a car they were thinking about investing in. What do we think? We're not going to be eBay for you and tell you everything. Like how to look up a price, this or that. We're definitely not interested in fishing.
Yeah.
or trying to see, what kind of hype you get. But if you have a question, you're new to the hobby, you're checking something out, be sure to message us. We try to get back to you, within a day.
Yeah.
On that. And we'd love to see that interaction. We have Home Run Derby All-Star Weekend coming up in Seattle.
Yeah. It's, we're less than a month away now from All-Star Weekend.
Yep. Do you want to run through who's kind of in the lead on the All-Star votes? And
Yeah, we can kind of
talk to
kick it
those
around.
lineups a
It's
little
always
bit.
interesting because the All-Star game is a really interesting thing to me because guys tend to get in based on reputation more than they do based on what they're producing. And this year there's some guys who are sitting in first currently, but have guys nipping their heels. So we'll go with American League first. So first base, Vladdy Jr. is in first place. And he's having a decent year. He's not having the year he had 2 years ago. But he's having a decent year. He's hitting just under 300. He's got 10 or 11 home runs. And he's a big name. He's really popular. But the guy who is nipping at his heels, Vladdy has 545,000 votes. This guy has 533,000 votes, is Yandy Diaz.
Yeah.
For the Rays. He's been the most consistent hitter on that team, and it's the best team in baseball. It'd be cool to see him
Yeah, I agree.
get that spot.
Yep.
Second base, Marcus Semien is leading and doubling up Jose Altuve, as he should be. Semien is just tearing it up for a team that when DeGrom went I think everybody kind of thought, well, that goes to the Rangers. They're still sticking in there, and Simeon's a big reason why he's hitting leadoff down there, hitting close to 300, hitting the ball out of the park, playing really good defense, and stealing some bases. So it's good to see him kind of bounce back after a down year last year. Third base, this one's an interesting one too. Matt Chapman, who had the April of all Aprils. Like, the dude was on fire like you don't see guys get on fire very often. Is leading, but only by 5,000 votes over a rookie, another Ranger, Josh Young, who's probably the leader right now for the AL Rookie of the Year. He's hitting 290, has 10 or 11 home runs, a lot of RBIs, playing really good defense at third base. And third place is way back. It's Rafi Devers, so he's probably not going to make the All-Star team this year unless he's a manager add-on. Shortstop, Bo Bichette, my boy. I talk about him all the time.
Yeah, you do.
You guys, don't sleep on this dude. He's legit. 10 years from now, you're going to wake up and wish you had bought his stuff when it was super cheap.
He's not still a rookie.
No, but you can buy his rookie stuff for nothing.
Yeah,
it's silly what you can buy his stuff for. He's only leading the AL in hits, batting average.
Did you move that X Factor of his?
No, I've still got it.
Still got it.
Yeah, and I'll hold it for 20 years. I don't care. Like, if somebody wants it, the price is the price. But Bo Bichette, unless he gets seriously injured or something weird happens, is on a track that is nice.
Yep.
Corey Seager's in second, 400,000 votes behind. So, outfield, top three guys get in, and the top three guys currently are Aaron Judge, Mike Trout, Yordan Alvarez. Now, the interesting thing about all that is Aaron Judge has been hurt for 3 weeks and isn't having an amazing season.
I was going to say, other than Trout, who's going to field the ball out there?
Trout is also having a down year, hitting about 250 and striking out a lot.
Yep.
Alvarez is having a solid year because he's one of the 3 or 4 best hitters in baseball. But the guy who's in fourth place is a guy who should be in first place, in my opinion. And that's Randy Arozarena, who is doing nothing but just fighting to be a top 6 guy in every Triple Crown category. Yep. And the guy in sixth place should also be in the top 3, and that's Adolis Garcia for the Rangers, who's leading the AL in RBIs, hitting a lot of home runs, decent average, and playing really good defense. The only rookie, now the guy who's probably going to end up being a coach's pick is Julio Rodriguez. He's in 9th place. Had a rough start to the year, but he has started to heat up lately. His batting average has gone up about 45 points in the last 3 weeks.
We're in Seattle.
It's in Seattle. I can't imagine an all-star game in Seattle without Julio.
Yeah.
But he's currently in 9th. So, catcher, Adley Rutschman, up by 150,000 votes, as he should be. He's just that good. He's that guy. Adley's that guy. Second place, Jonah Heim, Rangers. Solid guy. DH, Ohtani, by 700,000 votes over Brandon Belt. Ohtani's in.
Yep. For sure.
National League, first base, Freddie Freeman, first place by double over Pete Alonso, as he should be. Alonso shouldn't even be on the list.
Here we go.
I don't understand the fascination.
He should be in the Derby every year, right?
Yes, he should be in the Derby. Good for him. He's bad in the field. He can't hit for average. He's Dave Kingman.
We've heard it. Keep going.
Okay. Second base, guy flirting with 400, Luis Arias. All he does is hit. He doesn't hit the ball hard, but he puts it wherever he wants to. He hits a lot of singles and doubles.
Yep.
And he's hitting 395 every other day. He gets over 400.
Yep.
And I think he's going to be there a lot of the year. Ozzie Albies is next, 150,000 votes behind. My boy Miguel Vargas is on the list, though. He's in fourth.
All right.
Third base, Nolan Arenado, stud, finally finding his swing, and he's up by 40,000 votes over Austin Riley. Shortstop. This one is really surprising to me, although the National League doesn't have a lot of great shortstop play right now, but Orlando Arcia for the Braves is in first place by 100,000 votes over Francisco Lindor, who shouldn't even be in Major League Baseball.
Ooh.
Dude's hitting 213. That contract is an albatross.
Yeah.
But here's the interesting thing. With only a month under his belt, Matt McLain is in fourth place.
Okay.
Matt McLain is in fourth place, and Reds fans keep voting. It'd be
They
really
are good
cool.
at voting.
It'd be really cool to see him get there. Outfielders, Ronald Acuna doubling up number 2, as he should be. Acuna is back. Probably going to win the MVP unless something crazy happens. Mookie Betts is in second. Another guy who's having a really good year that a lot of people haven't heard of, Lourdes Gurriel Jr. in Arizona. I'm a little surprised he's leading Corbin Carroll, but he's had a really good year.
Yeah.
Fourth is Juan Soto, who, while his batting average is down, he's still got a 460 on base percentage.
Pretty solid.
Like, you're hitting 260, but you got a 460 OBP.
Yeah.
Okay. It's ridiculous. Tatis is down the list a little ways. Catcher Sean Murphy for the Braves, up by 200,000 votes, having a career year. He's always been really good ever since he was a rookie, but now he's not stuck in Oakland anymore and getting some. There's a lot of people that would say that if the MVP voting had to be today, Acuna would be first. Murphy might be second.
I had a handful of his on-card auto stuff.
Oh,
Rookie.
really?
And it was, the value at the time was $5 to $10.
Yeah.
Be nice to have a few of those back.
Yeah, it would.
Yeah.
So Murphy's having himself a year. Will Smith's in second. He's having a really good year too. Fourth
Those
place
guys
is
were
another
the same
rookie.
year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fourth place is another rookie, Francisco Alvarez for the Mets, who is really starting to come on strong.
Yeah.
And the DH, really weird name leading the votes, JD Martinez. That's silly. Bryce Harper in second. Christopher Morel, though, for the Cubs is in fifth. Rookie who, well, he's not a rookie anymore. He was a rookie last year. I can't believe he didn't stick out of camp. It made no sense, but having a really good year. So that's the All-Star game as of right now. Some interesting names there creeping up on first, and some of the guys that are in first shouldn't be.
Yeah.
Like I said before we started it.
That's how much is happening in sports.
Yeah. I was sitting here going through that whole list, really excited to be doing it, and Jason was almost asleep.
No, I was taking notes over here about what flavors of crumble cookies I was going to order in about 30 minutes when I go to bed.
Oh, shoot.
So, hey, good episode. Lots of laughs. Am I forgetting something? You're looking at me like we're forgetting something.
No, I don't think so.
Did you want me to talk about the All-Star game more?
No, we were going to talk about home run derby stuff, but we decided not to.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Well, I went through the list of all the winners and then the top ones, and I was looking for a story like, man, do you remember this?
I didn't care so much about that. I was excited to talk about the old reruns.
Talk about it right now.
From the old school home
Do
run
not
derby
hit
TV
pause
show.
or stop.
Am I the only person that remembers the old school home run derby TV show that they had in the 50s?
No, you're not, because I remember it.
They would, because it was on Nick at Night when we were kids. And there was a TV show, and every week they'd bring two big stars, two big home run hitters to the major leagues in an empty field, just a pitcher and them. And it was the old school rules.
Yep.
If you swing and miss, it's an out.
Yep.
If it doesn't go out of the park, it's an out. There was no timers. You got 3 outs, and you'd watch like Ted Williams versus Mickey Mantle, DiMaggio versus Hank Aaron. It was so cool as a kid to watch that and see those guys just crank the ball.
Now that we're down this rabbit hole, do you remember, also in the same vein, it's probably more, it was a few years after that, but it is old school. Do you remember the NBA horse game with Pistol Pete Maravich?
No.
Same concept.
Okay.
But you would have a couple NBA players, and Pistol Pete was kind of the king of playing horse.
Okay.
And he would have goofy stuff they had to do, and they made a show out of it.
Oh, that sounds
It
interesting.
was actually pretty fun to
I
watch.
almost bought a Maravich rookie last week.
Well, that's almost cool.
Yeah, the guy wanted a little more than I wanted to pay for it. It had a wrinkle, and he was trying to price it like it didn't have a wrinkle. We couldn't get there, but it would have been cool.
Pistol Eat.
This is a tall boy. Would have been a cool card to have.
Had a good joke. Well, it was not good, but it was moderately funny. Pistol Eat.
Why is that
The
even?
wrinkle was over the P.
Oh.
Not funny.
No, it wasn't.
And the only thing that made it worse was repeating it.
Yeah, it
And
wasn't.
then the only painful part was me feeling the pause of like, as a bomb. That was terrible. This has been the Ball Card Show, the sports podcast.
For the Sports Collector.
Bye now.
Peace.